And can you all see my screen? So fine. So fine, fine. So during our last class, we've discussed about the some basic um, commands like pwd, that's print working directories. We've discussed about the types of paths we have. So which we have the absolute and the relative, and which I've also explained that. So today we'll continue from where we stopped, right? So now the first command that first of all, let me first open my Git. I told you that you have a lot to DevOps. This is just one aspect. Yeah, Git is just one aspect inside DevOps, and it has a lot inside. Um, I think you can also see my screen. Should I make the background white or black?
Black, sir.
Okay,
Black, sir.
okay, the black is okay. Okay, let me change it to black. Let me change this to white. Since white will go along with black, right? Change this one to white. Apply. I think the cursor. Let me change the cursor to white. Cool. Okay. Apply. Save. Fine. Let me zoom this. Is it big enough now? The zoom in. Right. So our new command that we will learn today is what we call ls, which we are all familiar with it. Ls means to list, right? Ls list. If I should click on OK, first of all, don't forget I said that once you've logged in into your Bash terminal, it means that you are in your what current directory or your home directory, right? So why is it that people are just more in this DevOps? Wow. But you're all running away from cloud. But no problem. So now I say that ls, if I should ls my work, it will display all the files I have inside my root directory, right? That's just more of like my hard disk, where all my files are being stored, right? So now, and these are the list of what I have here. So that's just the function of ls. Ls is just to list something, right? So now, if I want to log in now, if I want to enter this now, or let's say documents, I want to enter my document. What should happen is that now these are the names of the files that I have. I have 3D objects, I have this, I have app data, I have contact. So now anyone that you want to enter now, what you just do, you just, let's say cd, I'll just say cd, say documents. I should see the document. I will log into the document folder. Then if I should ls it, I will check all the files that are inside the document folder, right? That's just that. Any questions regarding that? Nothing, right? So which means the ls means list, then the cd means change directory. That is, you want to change your location to something else. That's the cd. That is changing of folder, right? Or changing of what directory. That's what that cd means, right? Is that clear now? So that's for the ls. Then if I now want to, there are some things that you have to know before we proceed, which is very, very important. Let's first clear this with ls. Now the command, the syntax, the rule, the formula for all the this thing that we have, for all the command line that you have, it's either three things. It can contain just only three things. The first one is what we call command. The second one is what we call option or switch. While the third one is what we call argument, right? For example, now if I say ls is the command that you are trying to give the computer, right? The symbol given to what we call option or switch is hyphen, right? So now the what you are and there must be a tag or a command to attach to this hyphen, which can be anything. You have a lot that you can't learn everything. So the rules even attached to anything command is that you can't know everything because you have a lot, thousands of commands. So now it depends on the work that you are doing that will determine the how you will be familiar with the commands, right? So we have a lot of switch commands, a lot. Let me admit these people. So if I should now say ls, this is the symbol for switch or option, and it's also called option or it's also called flag, right? Flag, option or switch, three names. Flag again, option or switch. So now no one will be telling you hyphen in the shell word. So they'll just tell you flag, or they'll just tell you switch, or they'll just tell you options. Hope that's clear. So now anytime you hear me saying switch or flag or option, it means hyphen. Then something will now be attached to it, which there must be a depending on sometimes it might just be a character, just one letter. Sometimes it might be a normal word that you know, which will also come to that later on, and sometimes it might be just only symbols, right? So now what I've written here now, this my ls is my command, and this one is the switch, and the third thing that you will write is what we called argument. Someone is raising a hand. Miss Philoma, is there a question? Mrs. Philoma, you are raising your hand. There's no question, so I will consider it to be a mistake, right? So now, if I should say what this one means now, this switch that we are giving, this hyphen, it's called a switch. And then what's the function of switch? And then what's the function of switch? It means that you want to extend the functionality of that command. You want to give that command an extra work to do. That's what it means, right? So now if I should say hyphen a, this a, what it means is that a means hidden files. Now we've already said that ls is what to list files, right? And list file alone in the shell command, it will just list only the readable files alone. That's what it will list for you. But now you now adding this hyphen, it means that you want this list to extend the functionality and even view some files that are hidden. That's what this LA means. Now if I should click on enter, you see there are some files. If I have files hidden in this, then you will see them. You see like all these files now, they are hidden files. Binary.pdsp. So they are hidden files that are inside this folder, right? So now this is the function of this ls switch a. Hope that's clear. And now let's now relate it with our what? Let's relate it with our GUI. What I've done so far now is that if I should go back to my file explorer and I click on the documents, this is where I am now, and these are the files that this thing has listed for me. These are the files, and if I should not view the files that are hidden, to view it under your GUI, you will come back to view. You will see hidden files. If this one is on click, you won't see that, and if it's click, you will not see the hidden files. Because now let me navigate back to where I have a lot of hidden files so that we'll get to understand a lot, right? If I should see if I want to go back, one is what hyphen, right? So that I will go to my root folder, right? And then if I should list this one, You see, I have a lot of files now, which I have yeah, I have some ED files here, but not, but they are not displaying here. But if I want to display it, I'll say ls hyphen a, then I will click on OK, and then you see now there are some hidden files. Like this one now is hidden file. This .ini. I have some all these. They are hidden files. .ini, .log2, .log1. They are hidden files. So all this one, as I see a long format, they are hidden files. So if I should not go back to my GUI, I click my this PC. That's where I am now. This one, local C, right? Users. If I should click on users and have fast tech, and then if I should unclick this, you can see that something is happening, right? If I should click again, can you see something is happening? Yes or no? If I unclick this again, something is happening. So now, what the corresponding of what is hidden files, how hidden files used to be displayed under GUI is that you will see that this one, you will see that this file has the full color opacity. That is, you see the full color of yellow as the color as the folder color. Why this one you see it somehow very light. That is the difference between hidden files under GUI and hidden files under what? Under command line. Please, is there any question, please? Is this clear enough? Do you have any questions? Please, do you have any questions, please? Are we okay? Hello? Are you all there?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Please, any questions so far? So I will assume no, right? I will assume no questions, and I will assume that we've all understood what I've explained so far. So now that's the representation of the hidden files under command line and hidden files under GUI. Hope this is clear now. So again, I will repeat myself. If you want to view the hidden files under GUI, after you've clicked on all the directory that you want to check, you will click. You will see three tab here. But you click on view, you see three tabs. Then you will click on view. Then you see hidden items here. Then you checked it. You check it. So once you've checked it, you see the hidden files will be highlighted like a little. There will be light yellow color. So these are the hidden files under GUI. So now what I've done here now is what they call switch command. That is, I have extended the functionality of ls to do extra with hyphen, which is called switch or flag or option. So now the next command we will learn under ls is what we call. Now if I want to list now, you know, I just list the current directory that I'm in now, right? Now let's now assume now that the normal procedure now, let's assume that I want to list this document, right? The preferred procedure is for me to see cd document, then ls. But if you want to do that without that long format, you can just say ls slash this / I've explained this during our last class, that it means that if you want your this to just locate straight to the directory, right, without you even changing the window, so it will just locate where this is. And then if I say ls document, for example, you see now that I'm not under document, but I've instructed this ls now to go and list all the files without even me cd into document. So if this document has some files, I want you to list it for me. If I should click on OK, sorry, this is, if I say document, this one, okay, I'm not there. Something is wrong. It's either my spelling is not correct. Let me assume that. How is it spelled? Documents. That is I. If I say ls slash document, documents. So no such file directory. Okay, this is one of the things that you always see. I'm coming. Let me see these shots, because the difference between Unix system, nothing. This one too is not working. Okay, but if you are using the normal Unix system, so it means that I have to extend this my bash to what we called WSL. So it's just way of you turning your Windows system completely to Linux system. So it's still a window, but there are some limitations that you will be seeing, that if you are using your normal Linux system. So now that's why we have what we call WSL. Please, I would love you guys to go and research more about that. So WSL is you now turning your Windows system to have the full functionalities what of Linux inside it. So that's what it means. So because so this is one of the limitations that we have here. You see now that we have document, but I want it to just cd this one for me, but it's saying that I don't have it here. I hope I'm in the right thing here, but it's saying that I don't have that. Is no such file or directory is here. Hope that's clear. But what I'll just teach you that is very, very important is the ls with after a. Let's learn what L is all about. This L is full meaning of long. The long format under Linux, it means that this file should have a lot of things. So now the file that you've listed for me, it is just to the normal file, just the name of the file one, and the second it is just the name of the like just the file, just the name of the file and the name of the hidden files, that by using that our flag format with a. But this one I want you to even extend the functionalities again and list just the files alone, just the files, but with long format. What long format means is that you should tell me more information about that files. And please, I hope you are with your Bible. Long format has this one, the name of that file. The file is one. The secondly is the size. Now it's that is it 1 gig or is it 5 MB? Is it 10 MB? That is, you should list the size of the file for me, and then you should list the group of the file for me, because is it because this is what we will learn later on under permission, that is the file accessible to all, or is it just limited to some people? That's what they call group. So now again it has that list the file permissions. That these are what I've explained. It's either the owner, the group, or what, or all the admin. So that's it. Why the and it also have what list the date that this file is being created for me, and list the time that this file is being created for me. That's the function of that long format. If I should click on OK now, you'll see now that this list is different from what I've seen so far here before. The one that I listed above, just only the file name, but the one that I'm listing here now, you see now, this is the permission, which I will explain later on, and this is the name of the this thing that I'm. So if you want to check, you can even just scroll down up here, and okay, this one is not listing it, because you would have seen some that we listed that will list the function of each here. So but now this one is the permission one. This is the owner, that is the name of your computer, and this is also the binary attached to it, which I will also explain to that later on. And then this one is also binary format, which I will also explain later on. Why this one is the date, and this one is the time, and then this one is the file name, and which one is the file group, right? Which we also explain later on under wildcard. So where you will know more about this asterisk. Please, any question? That is what is associated to, which is ls with switch L. That L means long format. If I should now say ls switch LA, we've done A before, which is the hidden format, while L it is long format. Now you've added another functionality again to it, that we are list all the files in this current directory in long format, and also list hidden files along with it. That's what this one mean. Oh, that's clear now. So now if I should click on OK now, so you see that some hidden files will also be listed and the day that you've created and the day that you've created them and the permission attached to it and everything. Hope that's clear. Please, any questions? Any question based on what I've done? Any questions? Hope you are with me. Oh, no one is asking question. And don't forget, if you can't talk, you can always what you can always type. If you are the type that is afraid or let's say is feeling shy to talk, please you can type your questions. We will read it out and we will answer it. Hope that's clear. Can I proceed?
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm having network issue. I don't. Yeah, sir.
You okay?
Sir.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
please, I'm having network issue. I don't know if this video is being recorded.
Okay, it's being recorded. Don't worry. We are recording it.
Yeah, I said. Okay.
We are recording it.
I'm not seeing your screen because of network issue.
Oh wow, wow. So that's all about this. Please, any more questions, please?
Okay, thank you. Not your screen.
Okay, Mrs. Philoma, I called you the other time, but you didn't speak up. Aha, Miss Philoma. Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, to get
You said?
get that this is me.
I said, is there? Do you have questions?
The issue is that we've been having serious network problems.
Wow. Don't worry. I am recording it. I'm recording this. So this is what I've done. This is what we've done so far with this list and the LS, right? So now there's something that I would love to chip in before we proceed. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. Please, all this. So you always use this command a lot as DevOps. You always use it, and that's why they say that it is one of the essential tools or commands that you must know how it's being used, because they always advise a DevOps engineer that you should always check before you run the next command. And these are one of the things that you always check, like this PWD, your ls, your less, which will also come to that later on, right? These are the commands that you work around with a lot, because don't forget, I say that the most delicate command that you have as a DevOps is enter. Because once you click enter, that's all. Especially if you are working with Git, so once you click enter, it means that you want to execute that command. And there's nothing. One of the disadvantages of DevOps is, you using Git, is that it doesn't have like undo redo like how you have it under our GUI. So now this is all what we've done so far. So the next thing is we will do is what we call mkdir. The mkdir means make directories. Okay, Mr. Gizo.
Good evening, sir.
Evening. It's like you are just joining now.
Yes, I'm actually just leaving the office now.
Okay, well done. Okay.
Yeah, so you mentioned that using the Git CMD, we cannot use undo redo.
Yes.
But we can use the Git GUI, yes?
You said, can you what?
But we can use the Git GUI.
Even the Git GUI, once you click on enter, that's all.
It has no undo redo process.
That's all. See, anything terminal. So they call them terminal. Anything terminal, prompt, console. Once you click enter, it means that you want to execute that command. That's all. Right? So enter is a delicate key that you have to know how to use very well. So that's just the limitation that we are still experiencing up to date. Right? So the only thing that you have is just what we call history. Now let's assume now instead of me to be typing command frequently again, I can just use arrow button to just check all what I've typed so far. So the arrow, the button up means what? Show me the previous keys that I've used. While down showed me the next the keys that I've used afterward. Can you see that? See what I'm doing now. So it means that I'm checking all the previous keys that I've used on this terminal. That's the only thing that you can do, as so we call it history. Please, any question? Oh, that's clear now.
Sorry, is that the arrow up and the arrow down, Abi?
Yes, the arrow up or down, just to check the previous or the next. That's the only thing that you have. That's called history.
Okay.
So the only thing now that you cannot that you have again is if the only, please don't get me wrong now. So now I'm talking about the shell command itself, like this terminal that I'm viewing now. But they are now, because shell 2, they have what we call text editor, as how we have it under GUI. So they also have their own text editor. So it is now the text editor that now have the full functionality that you can redo, you can undo. But normal terminal like this, you can't do that. Hope that's clear now. So which we'll come to that later on. So the next command that we'll learn now is what we call mkdir, which is make directory or create folder for me. So now if I want to create folder under this under this current directory tab I am now, let's say that I want to create a file called camseed. If I say camseed, so now cannot create a directory because okay, we have the file already here. Let's say mkdir. Let me say first if I don't know how to find. So I don't have find. I don't have first, and if I want to check whether it's, no matter once you click enter, automatically your command has been executed. But let's just confirm. If I just say ls and I click enter, I will just go to H, which will also come to that later on, what we call sorting. Sorting, you see that automatically it will list the file for me alphabetically order, right? You see ABC, so it's easier for you to navigate. Unlike GUI now, but GUI too has it, but GUI you have to come to this like to right click and then you click sort by, then you now see this name, size, item, or what this. But under shell, automatically it will list all this thing automatically for you in alphabetical order, so it's easier for you to navigate. Now I have a fast tech now. Where is fast H? Right? Oh, I can see a fast. I hope I'm under the. Let me check again. Our first. It must be here. This is first. Yeah, fine. So now it means that the folder has been created successfully. Now you might ask question now. I told you that in Git or not only Git, in any, so let's just use let's just call it terminal, because Git is just a tool. So now you're in any terminal, space means that you want to give another command. For example, now if I say mkdir, if I say have first like this space tech, here I'm coming. Let's first clean this screen so that you will understand. You have to clear it with clear command, right? It will clear it. Then if I say mkdir, if I say have first, I say tech. So under Git, under terminal, under any terminal, what this means is that create this folder called first and create folder called tech. That's what it means. It means that I'm creating two folders at the same time. This is shortcut to create two folders at the same time. But you intend to create the folder named as first tech. But I told you that space is not allowed, because space means that it's another command again. Hope you've tried to get the concept. So now the only thing now that you can do to achieve that, if you want to, under GUI now, there's nothing like space. Yes, we have space. Now, if I want to create a folder now called first, you see that space. Even if you have two, you see space. You see, like now, see space, see HTML heading. Like you can see space code, see new folder, you see space, see QGIS space browser, right? But under GUI, it's not like that. Sorry, under command, it is not like that. Space means that another command. So if you now want to achieve it like the one of GUI, what you now do now, that you now say mkdir, then you now use what we call escape. We call it escape. Not escape, not that someone wants to run away from prison. Oh. So that you won't so that you won't think that it is. So, but it's still more of like the same thing. ESC. You see that button that is at the top of your keyboard. You see ESC. It means escape, which it has a lot of things that is doing under your programming language, in your programming language, which will come to that later on. So if I now want to create a folder that has space under terminal, what you have to do now is say that mkdir, you have to say double quote or single quote. You can use double quote or you can use single quote. If I say Hafez first space tech, then don't forget it's inside double quote. This is now when the command will see it as one file. But don't forget, if it has space, it means that two folders or two files. Hope that's clear. If I click OK, you see now, wow, it has been created. If I should list it and confirm, you see that I will have a fast space with my normal. Can you see that now? Can you see that now? You see now I have a fast and I have tech. Now let me create another one with what I'm telling you now, so that you will get to understand the difference now. If I say mkdir, if I say, let me use dev. If you say dev space.
Sorry, you put dir.
Okay, thank you. mkdir. If I say dev space ops, for example, now you will see that automatically it will create two folders for me, dev and ops. If I click on OK, can you see that if I say ls and list it, let me accept this. Okay, let me accept. You see, if I should list this, I should go and check my dev. Can you see that I have dev here? Siko, I have dev separately, and then I have ops. If you come to O, you see ops. You can see the limitation now. So of now not using space. So which means if I want to see it as one here now, as one for example, I have to say make mkdir. Let's first clear this also. Let me clear. I will say mkdir. I will say double quote or single quote or one, anyone. If I should not say, sorry, if I just say dev space ops, for example, now there my code again. This now when it has it as one as a space. If I should now list it ls, and I will go back to this, you now see that it will be listed as one. Can you see that now? Hope this clear. But it is not recommended under Git. It's not recommended. One which we will also learn later on, that what is the conversion of writing or creating. There's something that we'll learn later on, file management. Under, if we start learning something called tree. So there's something that we'll be learning later on called tree. And although our Windows 2 has it has what we call tree format, but it is not actually. Let me try to show you something. Let's show Windows R. Let me try to show you something. Regit. Yes. Aha. Is it this one? Not this one actually. Like this one. No. Let me scan down and say R. Let's see if I can show you one command. Let me go. I can see one command here. Okay. The one that we have a tree format, so that we will get to understand. No, this one is not having tree format. Oh, service.msc, or is it services? I'm coming services.msc. This one too is not having tree format. Oh, I don't. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, I have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
So this command, right? Is there a library? I you shared materials. I've really not had time to go through the materials yet. But only find out today in library that we can go to learn this command.
Yeah. Oh, it is because sorry, it is because you are just joining. But although I will still share again, don't worry. So we have a lot of resources that I will share to you guys later on, please. Please, if I intentionally want to be sharing it to you guys like at least every day, that's why you will even see that I've started breaking that DevOps tool at least one a day should not pass you by without me giving you one thing to read. So please always remind me too also that I should be giving you notes on the DevOps the shell also, please. It's very important. We have a lot of resources, and once you've mastered it, believe me, it's okay, right? So all this I will tell you later on about this file management. Even under GUI, you're supposed to know that. So there's something that we call virtual assistant, which so they are the ones that they are representing what we the people we know as secretary today. So we have a lot of things that you have to know, even as admin, what we call file management, how to format file, which we also learn it here.
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah.
And I can find out. I noticed that some of the commands on Gitbash are different from the ones on our CLI, that's on our command prompt.
They are what? They are not.
The materials they are giving
They are what?
are different from what we have on our.
Wow. Thank you for that question. So now,
Different from what we have from our command prompt.
yeah.
So,
Thanks for that. Your answer to that is that I love that question that you asked. So now it is of two different things. Now, you see Git that you are seeing. Git is built on what we call Unix operating system. This is the first operating system that we have, and upon that, it is on Unix that upon that all other operating systems are built on. So now the operating systems or the operating system that is close to this Unix is what we have to this as Linux. That's why Linux support everything about what Unix is having, right? So Unix is close to Linux, or should I say Linux is close to Unix, but it was later on that Windows now came. Windows came to challenge Unix because of graphics. It was Windows that brought about these graphics that you have today. You see that you are interacting with. That's why people tend to love Windows more than Linux because of graphics, right? So Windows now have their own special commands too. So which means if you want to work on Windows operating system with their commands, you have to learn their commands too separately, right? But although they have some command that they both share the same, that they are both using the same command, but they have the same command that, like now under command prompt now, under the our Windows, which is command prompt. For Windows, the default this thing is this CMD. That's for the Windows. So now, as how I've used mkdir now for this one now, yeah, but under this, it is just dir that you use. Is that clear now? It is just only dir that you will use under Windows. So now, depending on the operating system that you are using, that's what will determine the kind of what. Because Unix is still the best. Linux is still the best. That's why people still make use. Even though you are using Windows, people still tend to use what Unix operating system in terms of command. Hope that's clear now. Right? Hope I've answered your question now. So, is there anyone with? Do you have any?
yes, we have, yes.
So, do you have any more questions, please, before we proceed?
Yes, so use that who am I on Gitbash to access our user, right? So I was trying to change my user, that's the user for my name, and I put it.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. It's somehow noisy.
Yes, I'm actually on my way home. Is this better?
It's somehow better now.
Okay, so there's some questions I don't play voices on the asking certain questions. One of the questions is this. On that Gitbash, on that first class, you show us how to access our user using the who am I command.
Yeah. Yes,
Hello?
yes, yes, yes. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
What I do is, how do I now change? So I wanted to edit my user, that's the username of my system. So I'm
Okay,
unable to do it. How can I user using command?
okay, okay. If now you want to Kai, this one, oh, don't let us run fast because it will change like the topic that you are doing now. Although we are coming to that later on, what we called yes, the name of the topic is what we call super user. Yes, because this is where you now learn the different user that you have. That's why I somehow wanted to introduce you guys on how you will see this command. You see now like admin you are using the real Linux operating system, you would have seen how this symbol, this our what's the name dollar symbol is changing, right? You would have seen how it is changing. So there's something that we will learn later on. That's the users itself. So that's what you now learn about super user. So we have to do the super user. The command is su. You must have heard of something sudo. You must have seen this command anywhere. Like I don't know if you are familiar with some programming languages like all this Node.js, like all this JavaScript, this thing, all this scripting language, like even Python. You always see something like sudo. So there are all these kind of things that you have to know. So which we are coming to that later on. Please don't let me start it now so that because it has some things that you have to know before then. But what I just did then is that I just showed them how it's been done under GUI. But under CLI, we are coming to that, which is very easy. But don't let me show it to you guys now because I think very soon, very close to, we will also come to that, which is very important to know what we call permission. It is with permission that you now know how these things has are being done and how you are to navigate through them. Hope that's clear. You have 15 more minutes, please. If you have any questions, please, you can ask, please.
Okay, hello? I have a question.
Okay, you can ask, please.
My question is, can you change your, must you activate your window before you change the name of the window?
Like, if you want to change the name,
Yes, sir, inside my
yes,
gig bash it is showing Lenovo.
yes,
But when I went to the settings trying to change the name,
yes, it will
it's
change.
telling me to activate
Yes, it will
the
never
I
change.
want.
It will never change. It will never change, right? So you have to activate your Windows. Although that's one of the things that I was trying to tell you guys when we were at ChemSafe. I told you that there are some things that you have to know as even a computer literate. So there are some things that you have to know along. Even from there, you can. I think I've even started with some set then that I was trying to introduce them to some office thing that you have to know first before even at even something that you can even earn as a computer literate, like how to format system, on how to activate Windows, on how to, there are a lot of things that you can learn now today as a side hustle and which you will learn. So I think don't worry, very soon we will try to introduce this also techniques into our program so later on that you will learn all these basic skills that people still need, and you can also make your
Yes,
money
sir.
through that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's easy. Even there's a way that you can also even activate it with our command man. There's a way that we can activate Windows with command. Just that now, that everything is just all about software. Because I told you it is still these DevOps techniques that people are changing to software that you have today as a program and that they will run. So instead of you using command now, so you can now use a software now to activate your Windows. But I try as much as possible that anything that I'm learning now, that I learn both the CLI command and I learn what the GUI too. Because why I always advise students like this is because, and that's why you would even see me that I'm trying to relate the both, that I would show you the CLI and I will also show you the GUI, because you don't know where you will go to and you don't know the kind of system that place will be using. There are some countries now that you will go now that they don't even know about Windows at all, and you are familiar with Windows, so how will you operate their system? So that's why you should just know how to navigate both, right? Why there are some places that you go that it is just only what Windows that you see, and you won't see Linux. So how are you going to survive in that kind of area? So that's why I will try as much as possible to be relating everything that I'm teaching you with your GUI and your CLI. Hope that's clear. So if you want to activate your Windows, so just remind me in our next meeting, then I'll activate it for you. Although I will also start a course with you guys very soon that you too you can start doing as your side hustle, because I'm still very, very sure even in town now people are still formatting system at the rate of 5,000 naira. Something that will take you less than, like, let's say 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you are done. And if you want to install with drivers for someone now, you charge someone like 7,000, 8,000. People are still using it to cash out, yeah? So, yeah, for you to change your name, you have to activate your Windows. Hope that's clear. I told you Windows is not free. It's not free. It's Linux that is free. So, please, any more question? I think we can call it a day. I would have introduced more commands today, but we have just only 10 minutes. But nevertheless, I will just try as much as possible to be sending you some notes for you. For those that love reading, I will send you the materials first to read ahead, so that we'll just be moving as fast as possible, because we have a lot to cover. A lot to cover. I hope you've gained something today, and I hope you've learned something today in the DevOps. Please, any more questions? Please ask a question, or if you have a question, please. And don't forget, if you can't speak, please, you can ask. So you can ask via your this thing.
Hello, sir.
Okay. I can hear you. What's the question? Hello.
Okay, so somebody wants to set up Linux on the new.
You said
How do you go about it?
if what? If you what?
Hello?
Hello, you said what?
Hello?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Someone wants to set up Linux
Yes.
on their system as an OS
Hey.
instead of Windows.
Hey.
Say, for example, you want to set up Ubuntu.
Yeah.
I think that's their GUI.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's
What
one.
do you know about it?
That's one of the GUIs. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm thinking Kali was here like.
No. Kali too. They have their own GUI now, depending on what you want to use. So as how we have Windows 7, Windows 8. Now, he said.
How do you set up Linux as the OS system?
So if you want to install now, the answer to that is that one, we have two systems. We have some systems now that they support what we call dual booting. That is, it can boot two operating systems automatically. So your own just to switch, right? There are some systems now. There's a system that you buy like let's say 500,000 upward. You see, system of 1 million upward. While if you are the type that you are using our Belgium systems, right? So your own, you have to have what we call virtual machine, VM, machine. That virtual machine, it means that you will install it on your system. So after when you've installed it, then you will now be able to install another operating system on it again. So they call them virtual machine. So although it's also part of what we learn under what we call containerization under DevOps, that is whereby you will host, it will be like you are hosting another server inside your computer, right? So we learn all this under containerization, where you will learn about VM, virtual machine. So this is whereby you can extend your operating system to support another operating system. So that's the only thing that you can do. But you can't just install it on it and then no. It's either you wipe out your system completely and install another operating system, or you install what we call virtual machine and then you install that thing on it, right? So while although we have some systems now that support two operating systems, now automatically that as you are booting, you will be able to choose what you want. Hope that's clear. Now, oh, hope that's clear. Hope that's clear.
So what? Yeah. So what you're saying is that now you have to get a virtual machine.
Yes, virtual machine. Yeah.
I believe it can be downloaded, right?
Yes, VM. Yes. You can just search for it now. Let me show you. If that's virtual, if I change VMware, you easily see, or you can say VM, correct? VM. Virtual machine.
Okay, so what you're saying,
This is
if I
software.
get you right now, you're saying that on a new system that does not have an OS,
Aha. On a new system that doesn't have. So now you cannot just install this thing on it straight. That Linux. Is that clear?
okay, so you have to install the virtual machine as a
No. On a system that doesn't have at all, you can install Linux like that. Is that clear?
Okay, you can install Linux like that.
Yes, on system that. But me, I'm talking about the one that has Windows already. So it's either you format that Windows out and install another one, or you install VM, then now install that on it. Don't worry, we will do everything here. We will do it here, inshallah. We'll do it. Don't worry, and we'll show you.
But what I'm asking for is the one that does not have any
Yes, if it doesn't have anything, you can now choose what one you want. Do you want Unix? Do you want Linux? Do you want BOS? Do you want Windows? So you are be able to install to check which one you want. If you are going for Windows, you install Windows. If you are going for Linux, you go Linux. You are Unix, you go for Unix. You can decide that time. But if you have one already, you can't do it again. So that's simply what we call formatting today. It means that you are changing Windows completely. Hope that's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well done.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay, so we have just 4 minutes left. Please, we will try as much as possible, and although we have to also conclude on how we do doing fasting, you know by this time around people will still be preparing this thing. They will still be they will be praying, right? So we don't know what to do then. Will you be strong enough to even conduct class like after 9:30? I know that there are some people that they can't, right? Except it's either we have two ways. It's either we change our time to morning or afternoon or like 9:30. That evening. So we can decide. So I will raise a vote later on, then we vote and we see the time that will appropriate for us all. Well done, and don't forget, keep buzzing up. It still counts, right? Your day, see your learning process. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We will determine the days that we'll be doing. It's either morning or afternoon or evening, depending. So I will raise the vote later on and see the people that will have the highest votes, right? The session that has the will have the highest votes. So don't forget, please keep buzzing up and keep learning and keep researching. Don't worry, it counts, right? Don't see it as a waste of time. Believe me, even Elon Musk too. That's how Elon Musk, Alibaba, all these Jeff Bezos, all of them. This is what they say. Them too, they started from somewhere. And you too, believe me, don't underestimate this thing that you are doing. One day you will look back and say, wow, this investment that I've done, wow, thank God for that. I didn't have known I would have done this better. Believe me. But please don't relent. Just keep on. Just keep on. I promise you, you won't regret this. Inshallah. Yeah. So we will decide before next tomorrow, and we'll see what we do. Right. So thank you very much, and thank you for your time, and see you next time, and happy coding. Bye bye.